In hundreds of presentations that I've delivered or sat through, I'd say there were 3 big mistakes people make, and you should avoid those to make your presentations better. The first mistake, the biggest mistake, my absolute bugbear, is don't make your audience read. Don't make them read. That's not the medium you're dealing with. Every time you put a slide up with paragraphs of copy, your audience will read the slide and they will not listen to you. And they are there to listen to you. It would be like a journalist. When a journalist writes copy in a newspaper, they don't write it exactly as we speak with the ums and the ahs and the hesitation and the intonation. It's a different medium and calls for the authenticity of that medium. You don't let your audience read, let them listen to you. If you have to put words on the slide, put them there not for your audience but for you. Maybe a short header in the corner of the slide, a title, to remind you of the point you're trying to make on that slide, not so the audience read it and understand. They should understand from you and your narrative. If you absolutely have to put words on the slide because you think at that particular point it's meaningful and important and insightful and cutting, then absolutely reduce those words down to one short, pithy sentence. So like Picasso said, he said of his paintings, he said, a painting is finished not when there's nothing left to add, but when there's nothing left to take away. And the same with putting copy on a slide. So one thing that you might want to do is embrace the whole trend around 6-word stories, if you've heard of this, which is a great trend where you can tell a whole story, a whole narrative in 6 words. Perhaps the most famous and the most harrowing of those came from Ernest Hemingway, who wrote, "Baby shoes, for sale, never used." And that's kind of harrowing, right? And there's a whole world in those 6 words. So for example, one of the things that I've presented a lot on is for businesses looking for customer experience. And there you might tell a similar 6-word story. You may say, look, I've taken your 150-page RFP document and boiled it down to one 6-word sentence. We think your brief in brief is competitive advantage through your customer experience. And within that encapsulates everything you're trying to do and everything that our solution is tailored around giving you. So mistake number 1 in presentations, don't make your audience read. They should be listening to you.